my side, and in case if anyone is missing with recording permissions, please let me know. Right, and let me share the screen. Okay, so
I have one question.
yes, tell me.
Regarding this Oracle Virtual Box.
Okay.
Actually, my machine is Windows 10 64-bit. Will I need to search for the individual 64-bit application or?
No, not required. You see, usually 64, most of the applications are 64-bit applications only. Now there is no 32-bit applications. Okay. So in
Okay.
case no need to search manually 32-bit, 64-bit, automatically you will get 64-bit only.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let me give you the recording permissions, Kusma. Yes, we can record. Fine. Right. So with that note, what we have to do, guys, you have to make habit opening the applications with run as administrator. It is very important. Okay. So don't forget, you have to make a habit of this one. Let me close this so that I'll get the application. Let me close this as well. Okay, fine. Right. Now I just opened my Oracle VirtualBox. As of now, nothing is there. These are the old machines created for the previous batches. Forget about these machines. Okay, you will get a blank screen, guys. Okay, you will get a very blank screen. Nothing will be there. These machines and all will not be there in your Oracle VirtualBox. Some people will text me. They will send me the screenshot. Sir, I cannot see the machines that you have. Okay, while practicing. So nothing to worry. It's a fresh copy. Okay, the one which you installed is a fresh copy. And one more thing, guys, very important thing is, if you want to work with this Oracle VirtualBox or VMware or Hyper-V, any virtualization softwares, if you want to work properly, okay, there is one option called virtualization. There is one option called virtualization. Okay, virtualization option should be enabled in your laptop, guys. Virtualization option should be enabled. Okay, this option should be enabled in your laptops. Or how to enable it, I cannot show you actually. Why? Because virtualization is a boot level settings. Boot level setting means once you shut down your laptop, once you turn on the laptop, okay, you have to press boot key. Depends upon the laptop. Some laptops means, if it is a Dell laptop, boot key is different. If it is a Lenovo laptop, boot key is different. If it is a HP laptop, boot key is different. Means you have to keep on pressing this F2 or F9 or F10. Okay, depends upon the laptop company, guys. Don't press all at a time. Okay, either you have to check it which laptop you are using, what is the boot key. Okay, so imagine if it is a F9, after restarting, without the laptop is going to completely restart. Okay, you have to immediately press F9. Keep on pressing F9, then it will enter into the boot settings. There you can see virtualization option in the configuration tab. Let me show you one image so that you will get an idea. Virtualization. Okay, right, let me go to images. Right, you will get boot settings like this. Your cursor won't work. Okay, so what you have to do is, you have to use your up arrow keys and down arrow keys. Up arrow, down arrow, we have keys, right? Your touchpad is not going to work in the boot level settings. And you can see here, okay, once you enter into the boot level settings, sometimes in the advanced tab you can see Intel virtualization technology. Usually by default it will be disabled. If it is disabled, you can install the VirtualBox, but you cannot work properly. Not all features will work properly. So to work with the VirtualBox or VMware effectively, you have to enable this virtualization technology in the boot level. If still anyone having any issue, let me know. I'll help you. You have to do a video call to me, and then I'll help you to fix that issue. Okay, guys, clear? Sir, how to find out? Sometimes please mute it. For new laptops, okay, you can find in the task manager itself, virtualization. Okay, you can find in the task manager itself. Here you can see, right? But in my laptop, it's not showing. But usually, if anyone is using new laptop, they can see virtualization is enabled or not. Okay, yes. Go to CPU. Okay, not memory. In the task manager, in the performance tab, go to CPU. In that you can see virtualization enabled or not. Clear, guys? Is it clear? Right? If virtualization is enabled, then only you can make use of the virtual machine softwares, either VMware or Oracle VirtualBox, anything. Okay, this option should be enabled. So make sure. How many of you can see this option, guys? Tell me. How many of you can see this option?
I can see Shin.
It was enabled or disabled?
It's enabled.
Okay, very good. Okay, so most of the new, new laptops, most of the new laptops will be disabled. Chandrakant, very good. Okay, so it will be disabled. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to change the settings in the BIOS level, and then you have to work with it. If it is enabled, nothing to worry. Happily you can install and you can work with it. Okay, for some of you it was already enabled, nothing to worry. Those like if you found it is a disabled in your task manager, in your performance tab, then make sure you enable it, then only you can work with the Oracle VirtualBox softwares and all. Okay, if you have any issues, you can do a video call to me while enabling the settings. I'll help you. Okay, it's not possible to share the screen and all. Why? Because once we restarted everything, every application will be closed, right? So that's why I cannot show you that option. Right, in case if you still need any assistance, just go to the YouTube and you can see a lot of videos how to enable it and all. Okay, and make sure what is your boot key. Okay, what is your boot key? And sometimes your function keys will work with the function button only. You have to press function button plus F9 or F2 or F10, then it will go to the boot settings, guys. Fine. Right, so with that note, let me create a virtual machine. Okay, guys, what are the important resources for creating any virtual machines, guys? What are the important resources for creating any virtual machine?
CPU and memory.
CPU, memory. Very good. Okay. So let me create a new machine. How can I create? Let me click on this new option, new, right? And let me name this as batch 41 VM. Okay, batch 41 VM, right? So where I am going to store this file? Again, guys, remember one thing. Even though you are creating a virtual machine, it will be created as a file in your laptop. Okay, it will be created as a file in your laptop. Clear? So in which drive you are keeping this file, in which drive you are keeping this file, that is very important. Okay, guys, so imagine you are keeping this this file, this Oracle VirtualBox file in, let me go to my computer. Okay, this PC. Okay, so if I just kept my file in D drive, it is going to consume the D drive free space. If I am creating any virtual machine with a 25 GB hard disk storage, okay, then it is going to consume, means it will create a file in the D drive, so that it is going to consume D drive storage, free storage. So I have 58 GB, right? It is going to consume 25 GB from this to 58. In case if the D drive is completely full, there is no free space, then your virtual machine also did not start. Clear, guys? So make sure you are creating this virtual machine in a separate drive with a proper and enough free space. Okay, clear, everyone? What we have to do for that, simply here you have to give the location. That's it. Okay, here what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the location to other. What I'm going to do, I'll create this in my which drive I have more free space, in the E drive. Guys, remember, you cannot create virtual machines in external hard drives. This is an external hard drive. Okay, you cannot create virtual machines and all in the external hard drive. Only fixed hard drives you can use to store. In this drive, I have more free space in the E drive. Let me create one folder in the E drive. Okay, Oracle VMs, it's already there. In this, what I'm going to do, Control Shift 10 is the shortcut for creating new folder, batch 41. Okay, select folder. Right. So I am going to store this batch 41 VM file in the E drive, so that it is going to consume E drive free space now. Okay, guys, is it clear, everyone? Now I am going to install Microsoft Windows operating system in that. In the Microsoft Windows also we have desktop operating system, server operating system. So I have to choose. Please mute it, guys. Please let me mute all. In case if you have any questions, you can ask me. Right. So here you can see I have Windows desktop operating systems, I have, okay, server operating systems also. If you see here, lot of operating systems are there. Again, someone unmuted. Nag, do you have any questions? If not, please mute it. If you don't have any questions, please mute. I just muted all, again you unmuted. Please mute it. Right, okay, fine. So here you can see sometimes, guys, sometimes you can see in the bracket 64-bit, right? 64-bit is the latest version, not latest actually, it is like 15 years back only 64-bit came, but 32-bit is very old version. Okay, 1990s, okay, 2000 up to 2002, 2003, 2005 up to 2005, these 32-bit machines are there. Okay, and later to 64-bit machines are there. Okay, so if you see only 32 machines in the brackets, 32-bit machines, that means your virtualization is not enabled. There are two options. One option is you can check from the task manager whether your virtualization is enabled or not. If you cannot see here, but you installed Oracle VirtualBox software, while creating machines, you can see only all 32-bit machines only, not, you cannot see 64-bit machines. In the brackets, all are showing 32-bit only. In that case also, virtualization is not enabled. If virtualization is not enabled, you can see only 32-bit machines. We don't support 32-bit machines, that is legacy application. Legacy means old application. Okay, right? So you have to choose. So which operating system I'll install now? Windows 2012 64-bit operating system I'll install in this machine. Okay, I just selected Windows 2012 64-bit. Once I selected this, okay, operating system, you can see here the icon is going to be changed. Okay, if you choose 8.1, it will be changed. Okay, so that this simply whatever OS you are selecting here, it will create one icon. That's it. You can select one icon, one operating system here, and you can install another operating system. Here you can select Windows 2012, but you can install Windows 2008 also. Okay, it will help you to just prepare a logo. Means by just looking these logos, okay, this is Windows 2016 machine. This is Windows 2012 64-bit machine. In that way, you have to understand. Okay, guys, here you can see 64 and 2012. 64 and 2016. Just to prepare a logo, now we are going to choose the operating system. Okay, next. Now, I told you, right, we discussed already, for any machine, the important resources are memory, means RAM and storage. Now I'm giving memory. Okay, I'm going to allocate 2 GB memory. It is good if you allocate 2 GB memory, but guys, if your laptop is 4 GB, if you allocate 2 GB, now your laptop will be hung. Why? Because Windows 10 operating system itself, it will take 4 GB. So 4 GB will be sufficient only for your laptop itself. If you have 4 GB, if you are allocating 2 GB, then it will create a problem for you. Give only 1 GB. Okay, 3 GB will be there for your local laptop. 1 GB will be there for this virtual machine. Okay, if you have 4 GB. If you have more than 4 GB, like 8 GB, 6 GB, 8 GB and all, then you can give 2 GB. But if you decrease the memory, the system will be slow. Okay, guys, if you give good memory, your system will be fast, your server will be fast. If you give less memory, your server will be slow. I'm giving 2 GB as I have 12 GB memory. Okay, next. Create a virtual hard disk now. Yes, it is going to create one virtual hard disk. Create. And that virtual hard disk file format is VDI file. This is the famous file format, VDI files. Means whatever file, whatever virtual machine is creating, I told you, right, it will create a one file in the drive. That that file extension would be VDI, virtual disk image file. Okay, don't change anything here, keep it as it is. Go to next. Now dynamically allocated fixed size. So I'm going to allocate some storage now to this machine. I already gave RAM. Now I'll allocate some storage. What is the difference between dynamically allocated and fixed size, guys? Can anyone tell me? Dynamically allocated and fixed size.
Fixed
Based on the
size can be.
requirements.
Right. Okay, based on the requirements. Okay, fine. So dynamically means, guys, earlier might be 15 years back. So anyone knows this one? What is their logo? What is their caption? Not logo. What is their slogan? Anyone heard this SIM, this network? Anyone remember?
Yes.
R,
Yes. Yes.
R, Uninar. Anyone remember these two networks? Okay, their slogan is only how much you are using, pay that much only. Earlier, when you call to any person, minimum they are going to deduct 1 rupee, 1.5 rupee, 2 rupees and all. Even though, okay, they just lift the call for 1 second, 1 rupee or 2 rupees are going to cut from your balance, main balance. Agree? Then Tata Docomo come with that offer, how much you are using, pay that much only. Means seconds, every second it will take the charge, right? If you talk 1 second, it will charge 2 paisa. 4 seconds, 4 into 2, 8 paisa. Like that, every second means the seconds, what we call talk time is introduced with the help of this Tata Docomo. Means how much you are using, pay to that much only. That is the Tata Docomo or Uninar slogans. Okay, in the same way, imagine you just allocated 25 GB of hard disk, okay, to the VM. This 25 GB, how I am going to allocate? This 25 GB is a fixed size or dynamically allocated. What is the differences between those two? See, fixed size means even though you are using or not using, it will allocate 25 GB to the virtual machine. Clear, guys? You allocated 25 GB, but you are not using 25 GB, but still what happened in this drive? For example, I am creating a virtual machine in the E drive. I have 88 GB. If I choose fixed size of 25 GB, 25 will be deducted from this 88. How much it will be? 53, right? 58 plus 20, 78. How much it will be? 63, I guess, right? So 63, you can see the free space only 63 GB. Even though you are not using the virtual machine, it will block the whole 25 GB when if you choose fixed size. If you choose dynamically allocated, how much you are using, that much only it will take from the hard disk, maximum of 25 GB. Your virtual machine file size is 5 GB. You allocated 25 GB, but your virtual machine file size is 5 GB. That means 5 GB only will be deducted from the C drive. Nothing deduction and all, simply the file size is going to be increased. Okay, so if your virtual machine file size is 5 GB, it will consume 5 GB. If your virtual machine file size is 10 GB, it will consume 10 GB. If your virtual machine file size is 25 GB, it will consume 25 GB. Whereas if you choose dynamically allocated, if you choose fixed size, automatically that 25 GB will be blocked to the machine. So you can see 63 GB as a balance. Whereas in the dynamically allocated, how much you are using, it will consume that much only. In the fixed size, how much you allocated, it will consume the whole. Now tell me which one is good option, dynamically or fixed size?
Dynamically.
Clear, guys? Fixed size and dynamically. Fixed size means even though you are not using, it will take 25 GB. Dynamically means how much you are using, that much only it will take from the OS. Agree? Clear? Now tell me which option is good. Dynamically or fixed?
Dynamically.
Dynamically. So I have to choose dynamically here. Okay. I have to choose dynamically allocated. That is the default option. Next. In this drive, I am going to create my VM file. Okay. Wait a minute. Dynamic option. Okay. Very good. In this drive, just now I selected right E drive, Oracle VMs, batch 41 folder I have created, batch 41 VM, batch 41 VM dot VDI. If you see here, dot VDI file, it will create one file dot VDM file, and you can see 50 GB. 50 GB is not sufficient for us. Just 25 GB is enough. Okay, so my hard disk size, it will create a machine with the C drive. C drive size would be 25 GB. If you give 50 GB here, there it will create a machine with 50 GB C drive. Okay, right? Just click on create. That's it, guys. Means you just went to one, what we can say, a laptop shop, one hardware shop. You just bought one bare metal, just a single laptop. You just bought one laptop. Nothing is there, just a laptop. Once you bought the laptop, what that shop owner will do? What that guy will do?
Format partition.
Very good. Okay, that means what they will do? They are going to install operating system. Okay. Okay, guys, is it clear? That is just a physical machine. Nothing is there. No operating system and all is there once you bought it. Then once you bought it, once the purchase is completed, done. Okay, then they are going to install operating system for you and they will give it to you. Otherwise, every laptop you will get with a DOS. What is DOS? Can anyone tell me? What is DOS? Can anyone tell
Disk
me?
operating system. Disk operating system.
Operating system. What it means? Nothing. You will get black screen. You will get commands. You have to use commands to work. You don't get any what we can call it as that GUI. This is like what we are handling the server, what we are handling the machines is GUI option. Okay, you can see all the icons. If you want to create a folder, you can easily create the folder. Okay, or else if you want to delete any file, you can easily delete the file by just right clicking on it. If you want to open, right click open, you can do. This is called GUI. Disk operating system means only commands you have to use, like Linux. Black screen will be there. You have to, in case if you want to open, see if I want to open this folder, I have to simply double click on it. Okay, but in the disk operating system, if I want to open this folder, I have to run one command. Okay, guys. Okay, so in case if there is no OS, you will get the laptop with a DOS operating system. On top of that, what that shop people will do, they are going to install operating system. Okay, so yes, someone asked, sir, once we created the machine, can we change the RAM? Can we increase the CPU? Yes, happily you can increase you can change those things. You can increase or decrease. Okay, RAM you can increase or decrease, CPU also, no issues. Happily you can do that. Okay, any questions, guys? Now the machine is ready. Just the machine is ready. Nothing is there in that. Now what I have to do, guys? Tell me. Now my batch 41 is ready. Now what I have to do?
Install Windows 7.
Very good. I have to install the operating system now. Okay, just I created a machine. Now I have to install the operating system. Then only I can start the machine. Otherwise, I cannot start the machine. Okay. How can I install operating system? Usually, if you have a laptop, how you are going to install the operating system?
Using ISO.
Very good. Using ISO image or pen drive or hard disk. Okay.
Yes, yes.
You are going to attach one device to detect the ISO image, right? Right, in the same way, now we are going to do that. ISO image means, yes, pen drive. ISO image, not pen drive. Okay, that's okay. That the answer is pen drive only. ISO image means it's a virtual disk. Earlier, every laptop is having that CD slot and all. You can open the CD slot and you can keep the CD. Now most of the laptops you are not getting CDs. Why? Because now who is using CDs? Okay, so now all pen drives, hard drives and all, they are using external hard drives and all. So you will get one slot. So what you have to do is you have to keep your OS pen drive or hard disk where your operating system is there. So usually the virtual disks you can call it as the virtual files you can call it as a virtual hard disk. Okay, virtual image, ISO image. What is meant by ISO image? Every software, usually every software, like how we have virtual machines, on behalf of physical resources like CDs. CD is a physical resource, right? Physical device. The virtual CD, you can call it as ISO image. Okay, virtual CD, you can call it as a ISO image. So now what I have to do, guys, I have to attach one ISO image to install, okay, operating system. How can I do that? I have to go to the settings of the machine. How can I go to the settings? Right click on it. You can go to the settings. This is one option. Okay. Or else select the machine, go to the settings, click on the settings button. Okay. Right. Now I have to go to storage. Listen carefully. Now I am attaching the CD now. Virtually I am attaching the CD now. Okay. So now what I have to do? ISO means, I don't know the abbreviation, just check it. Okay. ISO means simply it's a virtual disk. You can call it as ISO. Okay. It's a virtual disk operating system. Now I'm going to install the operating system, right? I have to attach the operating system first of all. Either I can attach using a pen drive or I can attach using a hard disk Even pen drive or hard disk, the files will be stored in the form of ISO images. Okay. Now I am attaching the operating system ISO file. Select this empty CD in the storage. Select where is your Windows Server operating system. Okay. So now I have my Windows Server operating system. Usually, as I am regularly using this interface, Oracle VirtualBox Manager, I can see my Windows operating system, okay, SQL Server software and all. But for you, for the first time, if you are using, you can only see this option, okay, choose virtual disk file and host drive. You can only see these two options. You have to select the operating system by just selecting this option, okay. Wherever your operating system is there, just navigate to that location and select the operating system. You will, for some of you people, I have already forwarded the links, right? In that links you will have, let me open that links as well. You will get an idea. Okay, so software links, software links is that. Okay, if anyone, okay, is missing with this, I'm going to share with you again, no issues. So again, if you see here, no problem Muthu. Nothing to worry. Okay, so nothing to worry, you will get it right. If you see here, this is Windows Server software links. If you just open this link, you will get a, this is Google Drive link. Okay, you will get a, you can see there are Windows Server softwares in that link. You can simply download that okay, operating system. In the same way, SQL Server software, this is your SQL Server software link. You can use this link, you can use this link, okay, to download the SQL Server softwares. For this is SQL Server 2017, this is 2019, and this is SSMS to download SSMS tool. You can use this shortcut, okay. And to download SSMS ISO image, you can use this option, okay. So this is how I'm going to share. Some of you people already got this, and for remaining people, those who already confirmed, they will get these links, okay. Who already confirmed, they will get the software links and all, okay. I'm going to share with you. I have to share. Yesterday I forgot to share to some of the students. Those people are already confirmed. So I'm going to share the softwares and all with you. Once you just downloaded the softwares will be stored in your downloads folder. Okay. So now what you have to do, you have to either copy the files to any location. Better don't keep it in the downloads. Why? Because it will consume the C drive. Okay, if you have less free space, then again, why? Because these files are around 4 GB 5 GB files. This operating system is around 4 GB file. Okay, so once you downloaded the file, just move it to any folder, create a separate folder, okay, for this course, and in that folder create a softwares folder. Just move the softwares to that particular folder. Now just choose the operating system to which location you downloaded. Select the operating system from that location. Okay, simply click OK. Simply click OK. Right, just a minute guys. Right, okay, fine. Now I have attached the operating system, nothing is there. Okay, go to the settings of the machine and go to the storage. Here an empty CD will be there. Select that empty CD, choose operating system and click OK. Automatically operating system will be attached. Just attached, not installed, guys. Is it clear? Anyone having any issues here, please let me know. And again, guys, one more very important thing. These things we won't do it in the organization. This is the responsibility of the Windows team. Okay. For the next 2 months, we are the Windows team. We are the network team. We are the SQL team. So we have to do everything. Okay, guys, clear? Any issue?
Shanmugh, I have one question.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, regarding that OS, no, that is the server OS, right? It is not related to our laptop OS, right? Usually we are selecting some servers, right? Windows servers.
Yes.
That is the, I mean, virtual machine server, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Virtual machines only. Yes.
Okay, fine. That is not related to our Windows, I mean,
No.
laptop
Guys,
servers.
guys,
Okay.
please don't install operating system directly. If you started installing operating system directly, that's it. Your laptop will be gone. Okay. Don't install operating system directly. I'll give you the files, right? Don't double click on the files, especially the Windows operating system. It will overwrite your existing OS, so that every data, all the data you are going to lose. Make sure you are following the same steps. I see in the last batch, some people, what they did is they simply, okay, installed operating system on the laptop, direct laptop. Your existing OS will be overwrite. So all the data what is there in your laptop will be gone. Don't do that. You have to use the interface only. You have to create virtual machines only. There only you have to attach the operating system. There only you have to install it. Don't install operating system directly on your laptop. Clear, guys? Whatever things I'm doing now, you
Hello,
have
sir.
to follow the same steps. Yes.
ఇప్పుడు మీరు 2012 64 బిట్ తీసుకున్నారు కదా అది
Yes. Yes.
ఇక్కడ సో సేమ్ మనం ఇక్కడ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు కూడా అదే ఫైల్ ని తీసుకోవాలా?
Yes, that's it. See, it's not, that's what I told you. While creating the machine, you gave some details, right? It will help you to create the logo only. But while installing,
Okay.
you can choose another operating system. What
Okay.
operating
ఇప్పుడు
system you are going to attach here, it will install that operating system only. See, the logo is 64-bit 2012, but here I can attach 2016 operating system and I can install it. Okay, it's not mandatory like whatever logo is there, I have to choose only that OS, not like that. Logo is easy to identify what operating system it is having. That's it.
ఓకే ఓకే ఇప్పుడు మేము 2019 ఏవైనా చూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా?
Happily you can choose it. No issues.
అంటే ఎక్కువ ర్యామ్ ఇట్లా కన్స్యూమ్ అవ్వడం అదేం ప్రాబ్లం కాదు.
That I am not sure about it. Okay, if you are sure about Windows 2016 2019, why? Because those two will take more RAM. Okay, so it depends upon the OS to OS also. You cannot say they won't take more RAM. How can you say like that? It's not possible. Why? Because I heard Windows 2019 will take more RAM. Okay, so it's not like that. Tell me.
అంటే కొంచెం తక్కువ వర్షన్ చూస్ చేసుకుంటే బెటర్.
Yes, that's why I'm going to choose 2012. Okay, so not an issue. But in case if you have more RAM and all, RAM is not a matter to me, then you can go with Windows 2016 2019. No issues. If you have softwares, I'm going to provide only Windows 2012. Windows 2016 you can get it from the Google. Okay, Windows 2016 evaluation edition is free. You can download it and you can work with it. Okay, Windows 2012 I'll provide. Guys, is it clear everyone? Till now, is it clear? Anyone having any doubts, please let me know. Please, you can stop me and you can ask me. It is very important.
How do you install SQL Server in virtual machine?
Sir, as of now, any doubts are there, let me know. Okay, so that is we are going to take 2 to 3 classes installing SQL Server. Okay, so as of now, we are going to, like, we are going slowly. First we have to crawl, then we have to walk, then we have to run. Okay, so nothing to worry, sir. We are all there to learn how to install SQL Server only. Don't think I'm going to miss it. It's around 2 to 4 hours discussion. Okay, after this installation is over, then I'll teach how to install SQL Server.
Shanmugh, I have one doubt, like regarding this Windows 2012, right?
Yes.
This is the which version actually you're
2012,
given,
yeah.
right? I mean, which standard edition or enterprise?
It's we have 2 editions in that operating system. I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you while installing. You can see those 2 editions.
And all the softwares you are given, it is in the ISO format only, right?
Yes,
You need to
yes.
install
Only
it
ISO
in
only.
virtual
Yeah.
machine.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
How to uninstall Oracle VM after installation of Windows Server operating system? Say for example, if you install Windows operating system, why you are going to uninstall Oracle VirtualBox VM? If you uninstall it, all the machines are going to be removed. Do you know that? So don't think like I'm going to use Oracle VM only to install. After that, I can uninstall. Nothing like that. If you uninstall it, whatever machines are there, all the machines will be removed. If you still want, you can happily uninstall. How you are uninstalling an application from the laptop, you can do the same thing. Go to control panel, add or remove programs. You can see Oracle VirtualBox, double click on it. You will get uninstall button, select uninstall, confirm, and then it will be uninstalled. It's also an application only. How you're uninstalling other applications, you can uninstall this application also. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions, any doubts? Is it clear? Can I proceed? Guys, you can ask me. No problem. No problem. Okay, you can ask me any doubts. Is it clear? And again, these things we are not going to do in the organization. For this thing, there is a separate team, VM team. They will take care of it, creating VMs, installing operating systems, VM team and Windows team. Sometimes Windows team will take care of VM machines or VM operations also. Okay, so Windows team is going to take care of it, but we have to learn how to do that, how to create it and all. Okay, so no Windows team will help us, right? We are the Windows team people until the course is going to be completed. Clear, everyone? With that note, let me click OK. Now I have to start the machine, guys. Once I just kept the pen drive, what I'm going to do, I have to power on the laptop, right, to detect the operating system. Now I am going to start the machine. How to start it? Double click on it, it will be started. Okay, or else right click on it, start button, you can see normal start, or else select the machine and you can see normal start. I'm going to use double click shortcut key, okay, so that it will start. Now it will detect the operating system. Once it detected the operating system, now I'm going to install the operating system. Once we just installed the operating system, the machine will be ready. Once the machine is ready, then we have to start installing SQL Server. That will be discussed in the next class. As of now, is it clear? Everyone, please. And again, don't install your Windows operating system directly on your laptop. Just follow whatever I did, follow the same steps. Okay, please, the meeting is going to close now. Let me reopen the meeting, guys. Please join immediately with the same link.